Hi everyone, it's Tasha. Welcome back to my channel. I'm thrift shopping and I'm on the hunt looking for earthy, transitional style home decor. My goal is to create high-end decor moments in our home while paying a lot less than retail. Come on and join me for this thrift and DIY challenge. So I have admittedly been pretty busy this week getting together a birthday party for my 4-year-old. We did a circus theme and it was lots of fun, but you know that I'm also still gonna find time to go thrift shopping, and I have, so come along with me. Let's see what we can see. I thought this carved wooden bowl was so beautiful, and it has an engraving to someone in particular from 1988. I thought that this was so cool, and I'm surprised that someone would donate it, honestly. I've never seen a woven fruit bowl quite like this in this green color, so it caught my eye. I spotted these two matching brass lamps, and they have like an oil rubbed look to them with the darker tones, and I thought that they were really pretty. I was impressed by the fact that there were two of them. First of all, they're only $12.50 each, and I like the shape of the shades as well, so I'm just considering where I might use those. I'm also keeping my eye out on this trip for wooden frames, especially larger size ones. I have some ideas for some prints that I would like to do. I thought that this pillow was really pretty, this kind of boucle looking fabric, but unfortunately it was extremely rough to the touch, so I left it behind. And as you can see, I did push around these lamps for a little while. I almost got them, but I think that they would just be a little bit too tall for my bedside tables, which is what I was thinking of them for. So hopefully someone else got an amazing deal that day. I'm also always looking for small pieces of furniture that I think could be good flips or that could be easily redone. Looking at the first vase, I almost missed this one right behind it, which has this nice fluted edge. And this is not home decor, I know, but I just wanted to show you that someone must have donated this whole collection of all of these vintage J. Renee shoes. They're all in the same size, and I just thought that they were so neat. I liked looking at them. I have never seen anything quite like this statue at the thrift store before. They have $50 on it. It's quite large. I don't have a place for it, but I thought that it was really neat. And today must just be a day for things that I haven't seen before, because I don't think I've ever seen a large cross-stitched Last Supper thing before, but it definitely caught my eye. Looks like it took a lot of time to do. This vase is pretty cool, but I am kind of shocked that they have $50 on it here at Goodwill. I did think that this was a great price for these chairs. There's actually 4 of them for only $9.99 each. And this is what I brought home. So you might remember from my last video, which was about thrifting for McGee inspiration pieces, I found this fluted little vase and I love it so much. I put it on my dresser in the master bedroom. Well, I picked up this one this time too. It's a larger size, but I thought that they might look kind of cool nested beside each other for a little bit of repetition. So I'm just trying that out and placing it right beside the one that I got last week. And I really like it empty, but I do want to just play with that and see if any of the stems that I already have look nice nestled beside the other ones for an extra touch. So I'm just trying out several different ones. And if not empty, then I think I would use this simple asparagus fern next to it just to create an extra double punch on the dresser. I thought that this was a pretty good price for $4.99. Now, another thing that I brought home with me this time was this picture frame. This is not the large one I was looking at in the store in the shot earlier, but I really love the ashy brown tone of this, and that's what drew my eye to it first. This also has this cute little mouse sketch inside that someone did by hand. This is not a print, so I'll see if anyone I know wants to use that for frame. In the meantime, I'm just giving the glass a good clean here, and what I'm going to use this frame for is this poster that I had printed off at my local Staples. This is a print that I bought digitally from an Etsy shop called North Prints. I do think that some of their images are available in the public domain, but they clean them up and size them for you and touch up the color, so for only a few dollars, it's a really quick and easy way to grab an image that you love and want to print. So I'm just putting this in place, and I have a spot in mind for it. I love the way this print looks with this frame. I knew that I would. I loved all the muted colors here and the very calming landscape. And I'm just going to display this stacked against the corner of this console table underneath this gold-rimmed mirror. I paid only $1.99 for the frame itself and about $10 to have this poster printed off. Next, I brought home this woven divided tray. It's got a whitewash finish and I thought it was so pretty. Surprisingly, the thrift store only had $1.99 on this, and I found one online that is very similar for $98. Now, there's probably ones all in between that price range, but still, I am really happy with only $1.99. And even though this is marketed as a flatware tray, I'm going to actually be using it in my daughter's playroom to sort out some of her art supplies. So this easel does get dirty kind of easily with the crayon shavings and little pieces of paper and whatnot. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give it a good clean. I like to do this every once in a while to really freshen up a particular area, and I find it kind of relaxing and rewarding. I'm using my magic eraser to get scuff marks and crayon marks off of it, and I actually found these two brand new packs of crayons at the thrift store as well. They were only 10 cents and 25 cents each. So now I'm just sorting some of her art supplies into this, and everything is fitting really well. It's very satisfying to me, like I said, to just sort things like this and really clean up a small area. And luckily this tray fits perfectly under the easel. It's like it was made to go here, so for $1.99 I'm so happy with this find. Next up, I brought home this faux Japanese maple tree. I was shocked when I saw this in the thrift store because mostly I see old dusty ficus trees, but as you know, these sort of more popular faux trees can cost a lot. This one was $349 from Crate & Barrel. The one I got, I did add a basket that I bought from Ross, which was $17 to cover up the pot and give it an updated look, but I am in love with this tree. I like how this one has multiple branches, and I think that it honestly looks a lot more realistic than some that I see online for a lot more. I also really appreciate how realistic the leaves on this look. They're not too bright of a green or that kind of fakey shade. They're very muted color, and it has a lot of variation in each leaf, so it gives it a more realistic look all over. So the thrift store did have this one marked at $49, and she actually gave it to me for $30. So all together with the basket, I'm in at $47 for this awesome tree. And lastly, I actually want to revisit a makeover that I did a few weeks ago in a previous episode. If you've been with me, you've seen this coffee table. It's solid wood. I picked it up for $9.99 at the thrift store, and I sanded it down, smoothed it out, and gave it a fresh coat of paint for my front living room. Obviously, this was around Christmas time, as you can see, but I would actually like to do a little bit of a rewind on that project because the more I thought about it, I wished I had gone a different direction. I'm actually going to take this citrus strip, which is a paint stripper, and put it on this, take that paint back off, even though it's a little painful because I just put it on, but I want to actually not only take the paint off, but strip the stain underneath out and see what this looks like as more of a raw wood sort of table. So I'm applying the citrus strip all over this. This is actually my first time using this. I would suggest if you're going to be trying it, my only tip as a first time user would be to put it on really thick. It seemed to work a lot better on the thickest areas. So just cover that all the way up, more than you see me do right here, and the paint should just glide right off. I came back after about 15 to 20 minutes to see how the paint had loosened and if it was ready to come off. And as you can see, it's coming off pretty well. This table was a little challenging to get all of the paint off just because it's not all flat surfaces. There's lots of curves, and so I had to use a myriad of different tools to get it all off. But I was able to accomplish it in the end. Getting the actual layers of paint off proved not really to be nearly as troublesome as getting the varnish off that was underneath the paint. That kind of turned into this goopy, sticky mess. So I was pretty frustrated for a little while, but eventually, after several times of using this and scraping and wiping, I did get all of the varnish off. And so here is the table minus the paint, minus the varnish, and now it's ready for me to strip the stain out. So you can use multiple things for this. I'm actually using the easy off oven cleaner method. You let this sit on there for about 30 minutes and then you actually give it a little scrub with a brush and then rinse it off with water. Now I realize that that might sound a little bit crazy, but for this method we're going for a kind of dried out, weathered looking, really stripped back and bare looking sort of table, and so that will help us achieve this. It actually raises the grain of the wood a little bit so you get a different texture when you're done. And this is what it looks like as it starts to dry out. That darker color when it was wet kind of just disappears, and this is how it looks when I'm finished. I'm so glad that I went back and redid this table because I think that this just has a lot more interest than the painted table. Not that there was anything wrong with that. I did like it, but I kind of like this more and I'm glad to have tried it. So you guys, I know that you might remember the casters that came with this table originally. I did try to put them back on, but they just sink down into this carpet. They don't stand out against the pattern, even the part of them that you can see, and they just don't work in this room, unfortunately. But I am so glad that I went back and tried this table again, and I just wanted to share it with you all. That about wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and leave me a comment letting me know what you enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed but would like to see more of these videos in your feed, go ahead and hit that button. And in the meantime, I will see you at the next video.